Welcome everyone, this is UnstoppableStreletsy with you again. I got an Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition 3 vs 3 casting today. This time we see Shaman again, bringing the Russians. He also has a German ally and a British ally. On the opposing team we have the Spaniards with the USA and a British ally. Before we get started, let's just look at the map real quick. Look at any important stuff we're going to have to keep in mind. So, we got this trade route here, which is pretty close to both the German and the Spaniard players. So if they want to eat up this trade route a bit, they're more than free to. Whereas the periphery players here, the Russians and the USA, could probably take over some of these wonderful Cherokee nats if they wanted to. Yeah, be quite useful too, since Seminoles and Cherokee riflemen can be a pretty strong ally to add to your main army. Also, we have a bit of water here for fishing. You also got a couple of weird little islands here in case you want to build a secondary base on them to defend in case your original base gets destroyed. I used to do that a lot as a kid when facing against the AI on New England. But anyways, let's get started. This should be a fun one. Let's see what both teams have to offer for us today. Okay, so Spaniards. Spaniards, they can do multiple things. They can obviously rush you pretty hard in Age 2. They can go for an F based around the Royal Decree. They're even good at FI in certain situations, you know what I mean? They got a lot of wonderful little tools to help them get along pretty easily. They don't have to go military. They can obviously get a covered wagon pretty quick with their XP, as well as those 2 haciendas they can get from the home city. As for British, we got about 2 of them here. Obviously, they're going to prefer the manor boom. Whether they decide to invest in military early or not usually depends on their other teammates. So if everybody else is staying back, they'll probably just focus on getting more settlers quickly. Now this USA here, he could go for a wide variety of strategies, you know. United States has many different state politician age-ups, each one offering a different variety of cards, so they can definitely switch things up on the dime if they have to. But in general, their Gatling guns tend to be pretty nasty in the team game, as well as they're pretty decent ranged cavalry and infantry options. As for the Russians, we know Shaman has quite a few strategies up his sleeve with them. He does know how to utilize their transition from Strelets into the Recruits pretty well with the Serva Reforms card. But we'll just look at the decks real quick to see what they have. So Spaniards, we see Unction. Now this is a pretty nasty card to deal with, you know. You can produce some missionaries, which are the healer unit for the Civ, but they actually boost the overall damage of nearby infantry and cavalry. If you can get all the missionaries that you can possibly get, your skirmishers and even your soldados, if you have haciendas, will become really insane to deal with. That's probably what he's going to build a strategy around, I would assume, is getting these missionaries out and supporting his main army with them. Also, we see Royal Decrees, so maybe he's going to do something with the bit of an FF there. Let's look at somebody else's deck now. We got British. Pretty standard British stuff. Does have a bit of wood chopping in case he needs it to get more manners. Besides that, Line Grenadiers. Cool. I haven't used this card before, but I can imagine it can certainly be useful if you like Grenadiers a lot. I'm just looking to see, no. I don't see grenade launchers, which is kind of weird. We got the United States here. Looks like they're probably going to go for maybe... I can't tell yet because they do have elements of a cowboy or an outlaw strategy or even a Pennsylvania build. I do not see the Highlander card though, so I'm not too sure what he's going to do, but it should be interesting. How about this Germany? No mercenaries, so we know we're not going to see that. We're probably going to see some more standard play from them. He could obviously go FI into these factories if he wanted to. He does have guild arsons, so maybe we're going to see a lot of settler wagons booming up his economy. And lastly, we got another British. Well, it also seems pretty standard for them as well, but we do see Greenwich Time and the Virginia companies, so he's going to be investing more into the cheaper manors. Alright, so now we can look at the actual action going on around the map and see if anything comes out. Now, this is interesting. We do see the Russian all the way in the back over here, actually walking all the way here to get a trading post. You would have expected maybe the British over here to get their trading posts up first. But it looks like Russia really wants it badly, so they ended up nabbing it first. Which is alright, as long as it's in their team's hands. Whereas the British over here, this one actually has 2 trading posts. 2 of them. Thanks to the Greenwich Time card that he sent, which gives you a trading post wagon. I wonder if he's gonna... Nope, looks like we only have 4 trading posts here, so he's effectively taken his team's half of the route so far. Expect a lot of shipments from him. Now, what is everybody else doing? Germany's just training stuff. USA, what's USA? Oh, so here we go, Philadelphia Convention, just like I thought. He's going to be going for that nifty little coin trickle they have from the meeting house once the Philadelphia Convention is researched.
Yes.
Also, let's look at this. Oh, Rodelros. Is he going for a bit of a raid, possibly? Oh, wait a second. We see Yuans here doing some raiding. Yeah, no. Any villagers nearby that could be potentially risked by these Yuan? Well, I would be more scared to be the Yuans right now, because you obviously have this Rodelro threat chasing after you. These things are really nasty against Cavs, since if they hit you once, they snare you, and then they can chase you down and effectively kill all your units if you're not careful. But it looks like he did get away, though, which is kind of nice. Yep, very nice, actually. Yeah, get back to safety, wherever that is, if you can. But he's gonna instead try to, if he can find this one right over here, these settlers, I think that'd be really good for him. But problem is he came in on the wrong side. Like, if he came in on this side, yeah, that probably would have been a bit better. Will we find that? Oh, we found this one though. Nice. This one was really good because he just built the manor too, so a wasted investment there, I think. Yeah. Very impressive. We do see USA train some regulars, by the way. So he's probably in anticipation of seeing what's going on over here and needs a bit of anti-cab to defend himself with. Anything going on out here? Oh yeah, we see USA going for a bear cub. Yeah, that's nice. Can always help in combat. It's not as good as resources, but probably the next best thing I would say. Oh, yep, get that one. Yep, nice, yeah, good, very good. Very good.
What is your command? Yes.
Yeah, interestingly enough, looks like he has most of his army up here, but he has like no military defense at home, defending his people. Now, I think this is a part of this map, basically. You obviously got this really wide map where you obviously need to build your military buildings on the front lines with your friends, and in turn you leave your base at home undefended, which leads to this type of a messy situation. Lucky thing, though, you have British who brought some musketeers down to deal with that. Hopefully they'll deter the Yuans from coming back. Let's look at this team too, because other than the Uhlans, we don't know too much about their game plan. I want to look at Russians. So what's Russia going to do? So they're gonna go for a large mass of unstoppable Streletzys. Streletsy approved by me, by the way. Always go for Streletzys. The more you've been spammed, the more unstoppable the Streletzys become. Oh, nice. It looks like we see a bit of combat in the Germany's base here. That's surely gonna give you a reason to bring your Uhlans home if they're still around. Are they still around? Where is the Uhlans? Where are they? Because you obviously have a really serious pressure threat here. Your stable is getting burned. You got some allied musketeers down here, but it's not going to do anything. He can barely even engage with that right now. What's going on down here? Do they want the treasure here or something? Yeah, I hope that they're not going for Longbowman. Nice. You're gonna have to switch to Longbowman, I would guess, in this situation. Luckily, it seems like your opponent charging in here is going with mostly infantry. So if you can get a lot of Longbowmen out now, that would probably be pretty good. Oh, wait a second. We got these Uhlans here zipping in to deal with the... Oh, no. Get out. Oh. Not good at all. You just gave up like most of your camp. You should have gotten out a couple of seconds sooner there. Pikemen. Oh, yeah. War wagons now. This could do something. Yeah, the war wagons are not really fighting cav right now, but just because they got so much damage and HP, they're a good substitute for skirmishers for the foreseeable time now. And did he... I just want to check. Did he train these or did he ship these? Nah, he actually trained those for resources, yeah. See, his resources are kind of low right now since he doesn't really have a lot of unit shipments that he's using. It's just kind of unfortunate. Probably wasn't expecting so much pressure this early on, but that's alright. As long as he can get enough war wagons out, I think he can push in full throttle. Ooh, here we go. So we saw a serve of reform from Russia. All those unstoppable Streletzys have magically turned into veteran recruits. This will be really helpful, and that will help cover up the team's weak spots, I would say, because it's a nice mass of stuff that can deal with both cavalry and infantry en masse. He's going to siege for the barracks first, and then he's probably going to move towards the rest of their forward base over here. If you can take those buildings out, you're going to give yourself some time to initiate a counteroffensive. And with that counteroffensive, you might be able to take Spanish out with it. Who knows? Curious what Spain's thinking right now, since they're on the front lines of all this. So what Spain's trying to do is just crossbowmen. But unfortunately, it seems like they're outnumbered right now. They're actually really outnumbered. Because Germany was able to hold the line for long enough with these war wagons, he gave his Russian ally the time he needed to fully mass out his Serv reforms card and go full in with his recruits. And I think at this moment, they have effectively turned this around into the opposite situation where they're the ones initiating a large army attack on their enemy, and the other one is scrambling thinking, what am I going to do to defend it? How come you have such a large army? Well, it's because of Serv reforms, buddy. You just train millions and millions of unstoppable Streletzys, and then the unstoppable Streletzys turned into unstoppable recruits from the touch of a card. It's a wonderful card. I use it all the time in Arena. It's actually a standard to use in Arena. But I don't know what you do with Spain right now. You seem to be totally cornered here. Like, absolutely cornered. You got the war wagons throwing up front. You got the musketeers here with the longbowmen. You got the recruits coming in here. And what you do, you just garrison the TC and pray for your survival. I think that's what you do. That's all you can do, right? I don't see you coming back with anything here. He's not even age 3 yet. Can't even make Lanceros to deal with this. No Lancers coming to save you now. And even if you did send Lancers, the war wagons would sweep them under the rug. Goodbye, Spain. Let's see what British are going to do here. I mean, If you're British right now, you're the British ally. Nope, the other British. Yep, this one. If you're the other British right now, you must be thinking, boy, I better do something. I'm going to be next right now. I'm going to be there once now. Because obviously Spain is completely shredded to pieces. And now I have to be the new frontline defense for the team. Oh, actually he even resigned because he lost all his settlers. Yep, they know it's already over. It's already over. Don't even try it. Yeah. Good game to both of them, you know. This was a very funky game because even though you think, oh yeah, I'm going to run straight across here to fight Miami, no, they do it in sort of a U shape like this because you know that the nearest town centers are going to be here. So to get the most kill rate, we actually build a U here and move sort of this way down here. It's pretty interesting, actually. It's kind of unconventional because I probably would have wanted to capture some of these natives myself, but that's just me. Both sides played it pretty well. We saw some big armies. I'm actually going to check the post game right now because I was actually pretty impressed with what I saw on both sides. They both had their times to shine, but in the end it was the Russia team that came out on top. So resource-wise, I mean, I think that the Germany-Russia team was probably doing a bit better in terms of resources. How about military? I mean, yeah, this is the big difference here was the Russia. 90 unit count in military, and they ended up getting monster kills because of that, which ended up winning them the game in the end. Germany was there sort of just to distract them and keep them off guard and keep them busy while Russia was doing their nasty little deed behind the scenes. And then obviously British being British are going to be your next support for that. So good game, everyone. I definitely enjoyed that one. See you in the next one.